Prime Minister Narendra Modi received a rousing welcome at Israel's Parliament, the Knesset, just hours after his arrival in Israel for a two-day visit. Now, this marked the first ever address by an Indian Prime Minister at the Israeli Parliament. The chants of Modi, Modi echoed through the Knesset as he arrived alongside Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Knesset Speaker Amir Ohana welcomed him in Hindi, calling him one of the defining statesmen of our times.
קהל נכבד, אנא יישארו במקומותיכם עד ליציאת הפמליה ממשכן הכנסת.
Earlier, Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a private meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu soon after landing at Ben Gurion International Airport. The two leaders discussed ways to further strengthen bilateral ties with a focus on technology, water management, agriculture and regional development. Now, in his welcome address at the Knesset, Netanyahu described Modi as, and I quote him, a great friend, highlighting the close personal bond between the two leaders.
You know, heads of state, prime ministers, they come to the Knesset, we greet them warmly, and it's always an exciting moment. For all of us, and for me too. But I have to tell you, Narendra, my dear friend, I am deeply, deeply moved by your visit here today. Because I have to be diplomatic, I will not rank it, because I'll get into trouble. But I've never been more moved than by your visit here with us, a great friend of Israel, a great champion of the Indian-Israeli alliance, and a great leader on the world stage. Welcome to Jerusalem, my dear friend, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and your distinguished delegation. Welcome to Jerusalem. Now, I said, Narendra, my dear friend, these are not just words. I would almost venture to say, more than a friend, a brother. In many ways, brothers.
Meanwhile, Netanyahu also recalled Prime Minister Narendra Modi's previous visit to Israel's Mediterranean coast, saying that while they may not have walked on water, the two countries have performed miracles since then. Netanyahu said bilateral ties have deepened significantly, with trade doubling, cooperation tripling and mutual understanding quadrupling over the years.
A wondrous friendship, both personally, between the two of us, and between our two countries and our two peoples. India is a gigantic power of almost 1.5 billion people. Israel is somewhat smaller, somewhat. But Israel is gigantic too. It's a gigantic power. Gigantic in spirit, gigantic in deed, capable of performing miracles. And I want to say that the alliance between us is an enormous multiplier of our individual powers. Enormous multiplier. It's a multiplier of the spirit and the multiplier of deeds and capabilities.
And addressing the Knesset, Prime Minister Modi called it a privilege and honor to stand before the distinguished House, adding that he spoke not only as India's Prime Minister, but as a representative of one ancient civilization addressing another. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also took a firm stand against extremism, declaring that no cause can ever justify the killing of innocent civilians and that nothing can excuse terrorism. Drawing parallels with India's own painful history, he recalled the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks where innocent lives were lost, including Israeli citizens. Prime Minister Modi said India remembers that tragedy and stands united in grief and resolve. He reaffirmed that India follows a consistent and uncompromising policy of zero tolerance towards terrorism with no double standards.
Honorable members, I also carry with me the deepest condolences of the people of India for every life lost and for every family whose world was shattered in the barbaric terrorist attack by Hamas on October 7. We feel your pain. We share your grief. India stands with Israel firmly, with full conviction in this moment and beyond.
And Prime Minister Modi also heaped praise on Israeli industry for their stellar work in agriculture and high-tech sectors, calling Israel a powerhouse in innovation. He urged deeper partnership between the two nations that benefit all stakeholders.
Honorable members, I mentioned how inspiring we found Israel's agricultural miracle in desert. Israeli expertise in precision irrigation and water management has already transformed agricultural practices in India. Together, we have established 43 centers of excellence across India that have provided training to more than 500,000 farmers. We should now set an ambitious goal to expanding to 100 centers to benefit millions of farmers and fishermen.
And Prime Minister Modi also highlighted the crucial defense partnership that has long been a cornerstone of bilateral ties, describing defense and security as a key pillar of the India-Israel relationship. Israel's parliament conferred the Speaker of the Knesset medal upon the Prime Minister after his address. The medal was presented in recognition of his exceptional contribution to strengthening strategic relations between India and Israel.